Hey everybody, Asher here, Bold for Christ. I got my son Emmanuel with me. Felt compelled to do this short video on Christmas. It's called Christmas, Do You Have the Christmas Spirit? And the reason is most born-again Christians have come out of celebrating Christmas and acknowledging it as a holiday. There's a lot of truth about it now. Some videos I want to recommend there's a video on YouTube, I believe it's called The Unwrapping of Christmas, and actually Brother Dan McGuire does a great teaching on his YouTube channel. The channel is called From Death to Life, all one word, and he does a great teaching on why we shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. Now last season there were some preachers that came out in a very boastful way about how they celebrate Christmas still, and what brought this about for me was I was walking through one of the department stores. It was actually a Home Depot. I was walking through there, and they had all the Christmas decorations up. They actually had those up at the same time they had the Halloween decorations up, and but I related to the spirit that I felt when I walked amongst all the lit up trees and all the decorations, and it brought me back to a time when I used to celebrate Christmas, and I recognized immediately that there was a spirit about it. And then I recognized that that spirit that comes about with Christmas is not it's not, I guess what you'd say, shunned by the world. It's actually accepted by the world. The world accepts this Christmas spirit. We know a friend of the world is God's enemy. And so I was just thinking on it and realizing that there's a spirit about Christmas, and you know, that in itself makes it wrong. You know, you could go through the scriptures and you could watch the videos and you could get convinced one way or the other, but that in itself is wrong. And I know that there are a lot of preachers out there that do still have the Christmas spirit, and this spirit is recognized and accepted by the world. And we as born-again Christians should not have any fellowship with these types of things. We're commanded to come out from among them and be separate, and not to touch any unclean thing. And I think Christmas is that. So, you know, this is my 2 cents on it. And my family and I will not be celebrating Christmas. One example that the Lord gave me, I want to share with you. Imagine sitting down for a feast, and you've got the most beautiful display of food. You've got the most beautiful turkey, and it's golden brown and all this delicious food. And everybody makes their plate, and everybody's happy, and they're dressed up and their best, and just the family's all happy. And then you go to take a bite of this food, and it's all made out of plastic, and none of it's real. And that's really what Christmas is. It's a big facade. It's fake. You have all these fake decorations of you know, Santa Claus, and maybe you say, okay, well, I celebrate Christmas, but I don't celebrate Santa Claus. You know, the tree, it's a fake tree, or it's a dead tree. You know, none of it's real. It's like if you went into a play, and sometimes in plays they do this great settings on these stages, and they can make it look like downtown city blocks, you know, and with high rises. But then if you walk behind the stage, it's all 2x4 planks held up, plywood held up by 2x4 planks, and none of it's real. And that's the same thing with Christmas. None of it's real. It's all fake. And it's all there to stimulate the flesh, to bring about that Christmas spirit. And it's just wrong. I mean, to me, it's plain as day. The Lord's really revealed this to me over the years. So if you are still celebrating Christmas, and I wouldn't use it as an excuse that, you know, well, you spend dollar bills and they have pagan symbols on them. That's dangerous. I mean, if somebody's celebrating a dollar bill and they're worshiping a dollar bill, and they have a day, you know, set aside for the dollar bill, then yeah, I agree with that. But to use that as a cross example, like, okay, you spend money and money has pagan symbols, or you wear a wedding ring, Well, Emmanuel, I think, is kind of getting over this, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. But that's my 2 cents. God bless.